everybody can talk about their project. So our first project today will be by Benita, and she is going to be working on a pathway engaging humor level 3, engaging your audience with humor. It is 5 to 7 minutes. And her project title is The Art of Dad Jokes. The Art of Dad Jokes, Benita Riesgraf.
Well, you guys are all in for a special treat because today what I have for you is Forrest Gump's computer password. It's one Forrest one. It's so hard on Zoom to deliver dad jokes because dad jokes are punny and witty and quick. They come with a lot of questions, but there's an art to delivering it. And here I am, a mom of 4, talking to you about dad jokes. Well, humor is an important part of our everyday emotions, and humor is used to lift up everyone. Even in our Toastmasters meetings, we use humor to start off our gatherings. This helps us to relieve stress, to feel comfortable with each other, and you know what? To start trusting each other. I like to remind people that showing our hands is the art of trust. And today, when I was in a kickboxing class, the one thing they told us is if we wanted to get punched, hide our hands behind our back. That gives anyone the opportunity to take advantage of us because they never know what you're hiding. But when it comes to dad jokes, there's not much hidden. They're usually delivered in a very dry way to bring humor into the family situation. And they're very, how do I say it, cheeky. One of the ones that I really like, because I love food, is what do you call a sad strawberry? A blueberry. now that is, I find that funny, but when I delivered it, I had kind of like a tail end inflection where I was happy about the blueberry. Now let's see if I can change that a little bit, because when we learn dad jokes, we have to learn to deliver them also. So what do you call a sad strawberry? A blueberry. A little bit better, but the timing of the laughter was off. You guys, when you deliver humor, the best place to do it is amongst friends and live. And honestly, I've never given a live speech for Toastmasters before. So when it comes to doing it on Zoom, it is very difficult to learn the art of humor on Zoom. I thought today by using the laughter, it would add a little bit to the flavor of the speech. But why do I love humor? Why do I love humor? Humor actually has been studied for centuries. The first time humor was used as medicine, as it being recorded, was in the 1300s. A doctor prescribed laughter as a way to get more sleep, decrease pain, and get through one of the first surgeries. This started the research field in psychology that has grown to what it is today. You can go onto any medical website, whether it's the Mayo Clinic or Psychiatry Today, and see a mountain of research about how humor helps us in everyday life, from increasing oxygen to our brain and helping our organs heal, to even being ability to cope with things. Now, sometimes people say that trauma plus time can equal humor, but it really doesn't. The thing that it does is humor takes trauma and puts it in a place where we can see it as an incident and not view it as our life. That, for our brains, ladies and gentlemen, is a pivot in the right direction because it allows us to step out of that situation that we no longer are in and look back at it with a different perspective. I first remember humor in the election between George Bush and Quayle. Now, if I'm dating myself by remembering the humor, the thing that I took about from that era was that my parents were making jokes constantly and making dad jokes about politicians. It has been a long time as an adult where I have seen true humor using politicians in a funny way. And I would love to advocate to bring that back into our everyday lives, because the more that we can laugh, not only at ourselves, but at our leaders and actually find humor in it, will bring us back together in a way that bridges opportunity between different stratospheres. And one of the best quotes that we have from Quayle from that era is, "The future will be better tomorrow." How do we not miss an opportunity to laugh at some of the things that we say? I'm sure that's not what he meant, but that's how it came out. So when we think about going forward and using humor in our speeches, you have to know who you're delivering it to. Dad jokes, again, are the best because they're very simple and they're delivered to kids in a funny way. And most of us have the ability to have the knowledge of kid humor in order to take it with us elsewhere. Like, for instance, I had a joke once about a boomerang, but I forgot it. It'll come back to me soon. Amanda got that because she's used to seeing boomerangs. She laughed the loudest because it hit her where it's supposed to be. As a nurse, I love nursing humor, and I can throw it out a lot of times, but I think we have to be more in a personal setting to do nursing humor. It can be morbid also. The other one I love as a physicist is science humor. And unless you're a scientist, it's very difficult sometimes to get and appreciate science humor. So I'm going to try this. I have a joke about chemistry, but I don't think it'll get a reaction. Oh, I see a scientist in the room. Thanks, Lisa, for jumping in with that laugh. So that's how we know who's going to enjoy it or not. So this one might be for you, Coach Lisa. Two chemists walk into the bar and they sit down and they're about to order drinks. And the first chemist orders H2O. And the second chemist says, "I'll have H2O too." He died. Oh, some of you guys got it. Yes, H2O2 is hydrogen peroxide, and we don't want anyone drinking too much hydrogen peroxide. So lastly, I'll wrap up with this. I had a great joke about sodium that I wanted to finish with, but nah, it wasn't that good. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.